Greetings, one and all. Ex-NHL forward Ilya Kovalchuk seems interested in returning to the National Hockey League. The ex-Atlanta Thrashers and New Jersey Devils forward Ilya Kovalchuk, who turned 35 last month, has spent the last 4 years playing for SKA St. Petersburg of the KHL after voluntarily retiring from the NHL on July the 11th, 2013. This, of course, if you remember, caused huge problems for the New Jersey Devils franchise, as Kovalchuk still had 12 years and $77 million remaining on a 15-year, $100 million contract he signed with the Devils in 2010. When Kovalchuk voluntarily retired from the NHL, the Devils were allowed to retain his rights until he turns 35. So if he wishes to sign with another team in the NHL in free agency before July the 1st, which is when free agency begins, he would need approval from all 31 teams in the NHL, including the Vegas Golden Knights, which is incredibly unlikely to happen, especially from the New Jersey Devils. If the New Jersey Devils veto that, if one team vetoes it, then they can't do it, and Kovalchuk can't sign with a different team. So if Kovalchuk is that impatient, which it seems he might be considering his 4-year honeymoon back to Russia, he can re-sign with New Jersey and they can either keep him or trade him to a different team. He can't sign with a different team before July 1st, but he can sign with the Devils and then the Devils trade him before July 1st. However, Kovalchuk could sign up with any team he wants after July the 1st. So we could see Kovalchuk return to the NHL in a completely different jersey than the new ones. Get it? New Jersey? That was brilliant, was it? Thank you. Anyway, Kovalchuk is not eligible for the expansion draft taking place for the new Las Vegas franchise, the Vegas Golden Knights. And Kovalchuk's agent, Jay Grossman, is free to speak to other NHL teams about potential contracts come free agency. But a sign and trade has to make sense for the Devils franchise if that is the route that is being taken. On to his stats now. Ilya Kovalchuk, who was selected by the Atlanta Thrashers with the number 1 pick of the 2001 NHL draft, had 816 points, 417 goals and 399 assists in 816 games with the Atlanta Thrashers and the New Jersey Devils. He scored 52 goals twice and at least 30 goals 9 times in his 11 seasons in the National Hockey League. So Kovalchuk will likely get a lot of interest as he is a prolific goal scorer who is averaging a point per game in his NHL career. Now, with regard to more recent stats, Kovalchuk has 264 points, 107 goals, 157 assists in 245 KHL regular season games. So he's over a point per game in the KHL. And he also has 33 points, 17 goals, 16 assists in 54 KHL playoff games. So it's safe to say Kovalchuk still has some of his goal-scoring talent left in the tank, but it's obvious that his best years are behind him now that he is in his mid-30s. He could still be a second-line forward and potentially a 20-goal scorer, but will his ego surpass his actual talent, and will he go for that high-end money contract like he did with New Jersey? Only time will tell, I guess. I'm going to be very interested to see if Kovalchuk does return to the NHL, and if so, which team he does return with. If he returns with a team that isn't New Jersey fans are going to absolutely hate this. Not because he might do very well with another team, but the fact that he screwed over the franchise with their contract. I believe they had to give up a couple of draft picks as well, because they had to negate his contract. Because he's still $77 million they still had to pay him. It's ridiculous. So Kovalchuk, he's got a guy with a big ego, but could we see something similar to Alexander Radulov from last year? He, of course, took time out to go play in the KHL, returned, and he had a pretty solid season with the Montreal Canadiens. So will Kovalchuk do well, and will he return to the NHL? These are the big questions. But there you go. What do you think about Kovalchuk potentially returning to the NHL? Is it good, bad, or have you not forgotten about his previous contract? I wouldn't blame you, especially you New Jersey fans. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.